Today in our shapes and measurement book, we are going to be moving away from flat shapes and going to our 3D shapes. Okay, so today in particular, we're going to go to our table of contents. And if you've been doing a different page every day, or if you've been working on your book, you should be all the way to page 12. Okay, our last entry were the triangles, and they were on page 11. Today we're going to do our rectangular prism. Okay, so let's go ahead and find that page 12. There's 11 with all of the triangles. And then if we turn the page, now we've got page 12. And let's write our title, Rectangular Prism. If you need to pause the video to catch up to my writing, you surely can. Okay, so today we're going to be making a 3D shape called a rectangular prism. Well, what does rectangular sound like? Right, rectangle. So if you take a look, I've got several different shapes of rectangular prisms here. They're all the same shape, but all different sizes, so they are not congruent. But they all have some of the same attributes, okay? That's what makes them a rectangular prism. So if you look at this one, the flat side of all these rectangular prisms are called faces. And there are quite a few faces on each rectangular prism. On the edge, these are actually called edges. Okay, right on the edge, and you'll see that I put little points right here where the edges meet, and those are called the vertex or vertices since there's more than one. Okay, so because a rectangular prism has the name rectangle in it, we're going to start with a rectangle. So remember, a rectangle has two short sides that are parallel, and two long sides that are parallel. And I'm going to ask you to make your long sides up at the top and the bottom. Okay? Once you have your rectangle made, then we're getting ready to make the prism part. And that's the 3D part. So put a little dot in the middle. Okay? And from the middle, we're going to go up. Now we want to try to make this rectangle congruent to this one, which means same size, same shape. Okay, so I'm going to try to make my lines about the same size, same shape. If you want to use a ruler to measure, make sure that your sides are the same size as this rectangle. Okay, now from there I've got two rectangles. To make them 3D, I'm going to draw little points or dots. In math, they're called points right on the vertex of each one, and then I'm going to draw a line to that. I want to draw a point here and a point there on each vertex, and then draw the line, almost like a dot to dot. I used to love to do dot to dots when I was a kid. Okay? And that's how you make a rectangular prism. Now let's go ahead and label our rectangular prism. We're going to start with the face. So up here, let's write face and draw an arrow pointing to this part. And let's draw one down here as well. Okay, we know that all of these flat sides are faces. But we're just going to draw two because we're going to also be labeling for the edges. All right? So for our edge, or our edges, let's draw our arrow pointing right to the line. All right? And then of course we've got our vertex, or in this case vertices because there's more than one, and we'll draw arrows pointing right to the corners. All right, now that's going to come in handy when we try to figure out the attributes of a rectangular prism. All right, now, just like I showed you that they come in all different sizes, we're going to go ahead and draw another rectangular prism. And this one we're going to have our width on the top and the bottom. And our length is going to be on the sides. Okay, so it's another rectangle, and we're going to start with that dot in the middle. The point in the middle is going to tell us where we start. So I want to try to make my line the same size, same shape. Okay, so I've got two rectangles, and now I'm going to go from my dot to dot, my vertex to vertex. Okay, this one goes to that one, and they just match up. And I've got two rectangular prisms. Okay, so remember, if you want to make a rectangular prism, start with a rectangle, put that dot right in the middle of it, and then draw another rectangle, congruent to the other one. All right, let's write our attributes. The attributes for the rectangular prism, or what are the things that you see that it has, that all rectangular prisms have? Okay, the first thing is faces. Let's take a look at the faces. How many faces do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. I already marked that one. 5, 6. All rectangular prisms are going to have 6 faces. Okay, no matter what the shape is, or no matter what the size of the shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces. Okay, so all rectangular prisms will have 6 faces. And now let's take a look at the edges. Okay, so our next one will be edges. How many edges? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Making that mark on it makes it easier for me because I know if I've got them all. I don't want to miss any of the edges. So there are double the faces. It would be 12 edges. All rectangular prisms have 12 edges. All right, and now let's count the vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All rectangular prisms have 8 vertices. Okay, so no matter what the size, all right, they are all going to have 6 faces, 12 edges, and 8 vertices. All right, and that is the rectangular prism. So have fun today. Go around drawing a rectangle. Then put a dot in the middle. Draw another rectangle. Same size, congruent. Attach those vertices. You can have rectangles everywhere. See how fast you can do that? Right off the edge of my rectangular prism 3D notebook. All right, we'll see you next time.